Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 21/9/2022 newspaper guys. So let's quickly get into the news. So guys, the first issue is about grazing lands turning into buffer zones, says Chief of Ladakh Village. Now this issue is important. Let me explain you what's happening in the process. Now guys, when we talk about Ladakh, in this particular part, China has captured some part. Now, this is India's region. In all these areas, there are grasses which the tribal communities will come. They eat, they make the goats and all to eat, and then they go back. Now, when China comes till here, China will tell this is ours. India will tell no, this is mine. Both countries will come to a conclusion till we finalize whose land it is. You should not allow any tribal community from India to come here and do grazing. So, till the time we decide, this area must be called as buffer zone or no man's land. So this is one of the major problem that we are all facing. So the local communities there, they are saying that every time when disengagement happens, we are losing our grazing land because China comes and tells this is our territory. Later they go back. That's fine. But that area where they came will become a buffer zone. India will be happy that at least they went back, but the tribal communities are affected because they are losing their land, is what the article is trying to argue. Fine, not important from exam point of view, but you must be aware about the circumstances that are leading to this. Guys, this is a very important article. China remains formidable challenge, says Navy Chief. Now, I just want you people to know that the Navy is trying to argue that China has increased its presence in the Indian Ocean recently. We know that China has ports in Myanmar, China has ports in Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Djibouti. Also, China has port. And the Navy is saying that at any point of time, China is present in Indian Ocean for fishing, for spying, or even for military activities. How can China be there for military activities? For example, here you have Red Sea, guys, and in this region you have Djibouti in Africa. After that, you will observe what we call as Somalia. Now, what is happening when any ship is coming in this region? Somalian pirates capture the ship and disrupt trade. So, all the countries in the region, they have decided to come together and protect their ships from the Somalian pirates. Now, China says We are present in Indian Ocean because we need to fight against piracy. So the Navy is telling China is a threat, but there are other countries like US, UK, France, Italy, and all who are present in this particular region, right? And they are all having issues. So, what is important for us in this entire article is, please understand that Chinese presence in Indian Ocean is increasing day by day, especially their navy, and our equipments must be good enough to fight them, to counter them, is what the article is trying to tell. Fine. So, guys, in international relations, write Indo-China, Indo-China. Below that, you write China in Indian Ocean. China in Indian Ocean. Below that first point, along with several other countries, along with several other countries who are fighting, who are fighting against, who are fighting against piracy, piracy in Indian Ocean, in Indian Ocean, China, China has also increased its presence. China has also increased its presence. Recently, next point, recently, Navy chief, Navy chief argued that at any point, at any point, 5 to 8 Chinese units, 5 to 8 Chinese units, warships, warships, or research vessels, or research vessels, including fishing vessels, fishing vessels are present in Indian Ocean. Next point, under string of pearls, under string of pearls, or maritime silk road, maritime silk road, China has developed ports, China has developed ports in Sri Lanka, in Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Pakistan, Pakistan, and and China, and China has naval base, naval base in Djibouti. Okay. This next you right. Uh, you can see here Tiwa tribesmen dancing on the occasion of Langkon festival in Karbi Anglong district of Assam. So just write in you can write anywhere, guys. Separately factual datas you can maintain. You write Langkon festival, Langkhon, Langkon festival hyphen Karbi Anglong, Karbi Anglong in Assam, Karbi Anglong in Assam by Tiwa tribesmen. Match the following, sometimes they'll ask you. Next is, uh, I think 2 days back or 3 days back, you wrote about tribes. In that list or separately also you can write Kurmi community, Kurmi community, Jharkhand. Kurmi community, Jharkhand. Yes. So guys, next, if we look at editorial, guys, this promising signs, they're trying to talk about NSCNIM, that is Nationalist Social Council of Nagaland, Isaac Movia, where they're talking about it is a promising sign. We have already written notes on this issue, so don't worry about it. Fine. Again, in future, when they go in deeper talks, we'll try to take points. Positioning India in a chaotic world. See, guys, I want you people to pause it for some 15 minutes and try to read. But I'll try to give you the gist of what he's trying to argue, guys. MK Narayan is a very important guy, and whenever he gives his opinions, it would be helpful. So here, he's trying to say that recently when Modi met Putin, Xi met Putin. Xi spoke about Russia's invasion in Ukraine, and India also spoke about Russia's invasion in Ukraine, which is an indication that even though we are all close, we don't support outrightly. And the second most important thing is today India is on the side of SCO. India is also on the side of Quad. India is giving multi alignment thing, but will it really work? Is what he is arguing. And on the other hand, he is talking about Iran. India has Chabar port in Iran, and because of our relations, we are not in a position we are not in a position to utilize Chabar port effectively because India has stopped importing. India has stopped importing oil and natural gas once US had put sanctions. So this has made other things also costly is what he is arguing, guys. So these are all the general things, nothing much, but give a glance of this. So there is no need of other articles, guys. In this data point, it tries to argue that Western states like West Bengal, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, they all have normally, like more inflation compared to southern states, and southern states have performed much better, is what it is trying to argue. Donations to recognized parties come under EC list. CPIM, Gujarat, Congress, Trinamool ahead of Delhi visit. Every hour, BJP's policies kill a farmer. Yeah, guys, this is interesting and this is important. Southwest monsoon begins early withdrawal in Rajasthan. So, guys, every year they give us this particular data where they try to tell in which parts of India rainfall is good and in which parts it is bad. You can see Great Plains of India and Northeast India, especially Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and all. They have got less than average rainfall and it is deficient this year. Whereas, Chota Nagpur Plateau and Tamil Nadu, Karnataka region, they have got very heavy rainfall, and in other parts, there is normal to excess. So, in your notes, you write monsoon, monsoon, geography, monsoon. Even though, even though India has recorded, even though India has recorded 7% more rainfall, 7% more rainfall than normal, than normal, there is uneven distribution. There is uneven distribution. First point, Great Plains of India, Great Plains of India, and and Purvanchal, Purvan, Purvanchal, or Eastern Himalayas, or Eastern Himalayas received less rainfall, received less rainfall. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu received large excess rainfall, received large excess rainfall, and remaining part of India, and remaining part of India has normal to excess rainfall. So, guys, yesterday we were talking about some protests in Rajasthan for serving deer, but the government has said they are not. So, Multiplex clarifies stand on Bhopal gas tragedy. And guess nothing much about the world news, but I just want you people to see this Iran case. Says in Iran, a lady is beaten to death because she is not wearing hijab. So many Islamic countries are fighting that when anything goes to the extent, it will not give any rights to the woman. And on the other hand, in the name of protecting fundamental rights, we are going backwards. by demanding that women must be given the right to wear hijab, right? So the world is at extremes. So when anyone wants to give arguments, you can give these aspects as well. So yeah. So guys, this is important. Trade officials have no bandwidth to take up fresh FTAs. Yes, FTA means free trade agreement, where the two countries will agree upon certain goods. And they say that these goods will move from my country to your country with less tax or zero tax, and some of the goods from your country to my country. So that is free trade agreement, and our minister is telling every country in the world wants to engage with India, but unfortunately we are not in a position because we do not have enough people to come and do the bargaining. So basically they are trying to tell enough officers are not available, so let's hope they will increase the number of vacancies. Fine. So guys, these are the issues that are important for the day. Thank you guys.